Hello, this is Nina. I am coming to you today with a message about a session I did recently with a gorgeous client called Carmen. She found my card in a coffee shop, which is kind of sweet, and contacted me. She had a lovely session. She was a little bit nervous. I think she was a little unsure of what the process was and what all this involved. So I spent quite a bit of time with her discussing it and going through the process and what all this involved. And I think she was a little nervous at first. Anxiety was her main issue. Fear, having fear in her life, was her main issue. So we started the process, and as sometimes happens with online sessions, the energy gets uh, so high when you do the induction process that sometimes there's a little technical feeling. There was a little glitch as we ended the induction and she began to speak. I couldn't hear her. But I think I understand why I couldn't hear her. She had a very powerful vision, and I think that vision was for her to see and not for me to guide her through. That's the way I'm sort of seeing it now. It was a very strong vision of pyramids, Egypt, and a lot of Egyptian symbolism. And she felt she was shot into the universe and came back to. She saw this book opening and closing, which I kind of interpreted as the Akashic Records. And it was as if there was some information that she wasn't allowed to gain access to. That was very much the feeling I had from what she was going through. So I guided her past that first place, and she went into quite a nice and enjoyable lifetime as a tribe member in Thailand. A man who lived in a community, and he was fishing, and he was also enjoying not fishing. He was just enjoying being in some cool water and watching life go around him. A very kind of tranquil scene. After we explored that lifetime, we moved on to another lifetime, and when my client got into that scene, she was sort of describing that she was feeling like she may have been lying down. However, upon further exploration, she realised she wasn't lying down. She was, in fact, on a planet that had a vertical landscape. So the horizon was going down like that. The land was on one side and the sky was on the other side. And that's how this place was. So we explored her form and what she was like, and she said she didn't really have a form. She had the outline of a form, but it was very wispy and she was very kind of see-through and just like an energetic being type thing. And then when we explored a bit further, she said she felt this place was a meeting place before incarnation, and she said she felt this was a place where soulmates meet. Further investigation showed that this was the place where the elemental aspects of soulmates meet each other. She was air and her soulmate was fire. And that was what she was describing, that she was seeing. And this was where um, souls, or the elemental aspects of souls, join and meet and integrate. And then when I was asking how you know whether someone is or isn't your match, she said it's not a decision, it's more of a harmony, which is lovely, really. It's more of a kind of balance within you. It's not like I like the look of that one, I'm having that. It was more of a kind of mutual balance within yourself and within each other. She went on to say that once you had found your match, your soulmate, you were to go and make a plan for your incarnation, where you would go and separate and be born, and you'd have to find each other in the life that you were in. So she said they went to do that, and she then said once you'd made a plan and you were all set to go, you would go down a porthole. And then it was a really beautiful moment. She felt really kind of surprised, and she was a bit like, oh, it's the umbilical cord. I'm going down the umbilical cord, and now I'm a baby. So, which is so kind of simple, but it made sense when she said it. It was kind of like, it was kind of a nice kind of realization. When I asked what it was like and what she was aware of inside the womb, she said she knew what she was doing there. She knew what the plan was. She knew that she was going into a new life. She knew she had someone that she had to go and find. She said she was aware of everything. She was aware of as their soul, she was aware of everything. It's only birth that strips you of your knowledge and your remembering and your understanding of your infinite existence. And when she was describing birth, it was a really traumatic experience for the baby. Not only are you stripped of your knowledge, but you're also stripped of that second skin being your mother's womb. So you really are in this vulnerable state. And if you were not held enough as a baby, this was damaging to your soul. So this was a really, really quite fascinating and interesting thing to be witnessing. And she then went on into some memories of her current life, her childhood, and things that really answered a lot of the questions that she came to the session for. Since the session, she has really found a deep sense of expression within herself, which is amazing. She's felt really, really creative, and has wanted to express some of her life and some of her troubles through these poems that she's been writing, which she says is just a brilliant outlet for her. She also said that she's been in some situations that would normally make her very unsure and scared and anxious, but she's dealt with them in a much more calm and level manner. So I think she's had a full kind of turnaround on a lot of her personal issues with fear. And she also, through her expression, wrote up, she was really compelled to write some poetry about this experience that she had on this planet. And she wrote a gorgeous poem, which she very kindly said that I could share in an article that I wrote for it. Articles on the Quantum Healers blog, if you want to go and have a read of that. It's called Soulmates, and I want to just have a read of it for you now. So let me just have a little shuffle round of things here. Okay, here it goes. It's called Soulmate. Destined to meet you, ordained before birth, converged in celestial space, our ethereal bodies embrace, souls ignited and sealed, suddenly propelled downwards through the porthole to life, speeding through the umbilical cord, darkened within the buoyant womb, abruptly born to this plane of existence, stripped of my skin, all knowledge and wisdom obliterated, soul shattering, screaming into life form, grieving, disconnected, unheld physically and mentally, rambling through life, an explorer, emptily seeking and trying to fill that void, until you found me, soothing and encouraging, holding me in my mind and body. You gave me skin, a coat of security, bound by threads of love across seas and space. Despite this separating, followed by heartache, through heartfelt listening, finding me again, my soulmate, my sanctuary, the end. So yeah, that's her lovely poem that she wrote. So yes, I just wanted to share this part of this lovely session with you all. I also did another video more recently about anxiety and fear and how quantum healing can really help with these issues. It's not something that you have to live with. There are other ways to express yourself, and Beyond Quantum Healing can really help you through and understand where these things come from, and yeah, it's life-altering work. So if you want to contact me or book a session with me, please go to www.rafaelasoulsessions.com, or you can find me on Facebook by the same name. You'll find me somewhere out there. I'll put the link in the description. If you like this video, you can thumb it up. Otherwise, if you want to just connect with me, then please feel to do so. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to help any of you out there. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the work that I do. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I will speak to you again soon. All right, bye.